Ito na mga idol, ang pinakaabangan nating laban ngayong araw. December 15, 2025. Ito ay ang laban ni Arnello Franco versus Nalanhala Tayirha. Ito ay bakbakan ng Pilipinas versus Africa mga idol. Ang Pilipinong boksingero pala dyan mga idol is ang naka white gloves. Tapos ang Afrikano is ang naka red gloves mga idol.
Franco started off quite strong, landing early to Ticha's body. Obviously wants to make a statement and show that he's coming to somebody else's backyard to make a statement.
Itong si Franco mga idol ay isa din ito sa ating boxing prospect dito sa Pilipinas. Mga impresibo kasi ang mga panalo nitong batang itong mga idol. Itong si Arnello Franco mga idol is tubong Taguluan, Misamis Oriental. Ang labang ito pala mga idol is 10 rounds na bakbakan sa minimum weight division. At ang pinaglalabanan nila is para sa bakanting titulo ng IBF Intercontinental. Agresibo agad itong Pilipino dito sa labang ito mga idol.
I presume the Kandulo fight, everybody's going to be looking at that fight. It's one of
Uy, nice.
Left hand up with from Tigray. I mean, that's what he needs to do, keep that chin down and keep that guard high. Franco's looking for the big punches. This is 12 rounds of boxing, and if he's going to carry on at this rate.
Napakalaki nitong Afrikano mga idol kung ikumpara dito sa Pilipino. Oh, maskulado. Uy, nice counter Belo Franco. Pero bumabanat sa katawan itong Afrikano mga idol. Oh. Katawan talaga ang kanyang target.
Secure the IBF Intercontinental to put him into a good position, and yeah, there's a big vested interest in the boy, and I still think he's got opportunity to do well in the sport.
Uy, nice body shot by Franco pero na-counter agad ito ng Afrikano na si Tierha.
Franco looking to land that right hook quite early onto Ticha. Obviously, the plan is to slow Ticha down to the body, specifically with that right hook. Nice body shot from Franco. He wants to take Ticha's legs out from under him. Franco just
naniniko daw itong Afrikano mga idol. Yun ang rinireklamo ni Franco. Naniniko ang Afrikano. Ito na mga idol, round number 2. Ang labang ito pala mga idol ay ginanap sa South Africa mga idol. Dumayo dito ang batang Pinoy para lumaban sa isang South African.
Lands a left hook on the southpaw. Franco coming in here quite hot and heavy, looking to obviously make a statement and break Ticha's confidence. Ticha trying to premeditate the movement. They almost didn't work in his favor, but Franco hesitating. Ticha's going to need to draw Franco in with those big punches and look to counter.
Uy, nice body. Pero may sagot palagi itong Afrikano mga idol.
He has to watch out the canvas before on a KO stoppage, and we don't want that tonight. Oh, beautiful work on the angle there from Ticha, dropping the right hook to the body and then upstairs. After that, the tricky southpaw is Ticha. He is tricky, he is awkward, and he's slick. You almost just wonder if Lofranco is using the same move, essentially lifting that front foot, coming up with the left hook and looking for the straight right to bait Tikha in. I mean, it's quite predictable, and at this level, I mean, you don't do things just for the sake of doing things, so they're obviously looking to set something up. But if he does catch him, you know, the more you do something, the higher chance you get of landing.
Tikha's made that right hook rather a home.
Nice left
Uy, low.
by,
Masyadong mababa yun sa
Tikha's got to be a little bit as he jumps
belt line yung tinira ng Afrikano, mga idol.
He's also open.
Nice right there, I'd like to see a little bit more head movement from Tikha. Lofranco coming forward as expected, and he is landing some of the bigger shots.
Franco waiting for Tikha to make the move first.
Timing it really well with his hands in front of his face. It's a nice little feint to draw Tikha out as well. I mean, he's been setting up with that big 1-2, and now he's feinting to see Tikha's movement.
Uy, nice. Overhand by Lofranco.
Tikha looking to land his own left hook, straight right, misses with both, and Lofranco replies with the left hook.
Uy, yun, naalog ang Afrikano, mga idol, pero nakabawi agad.
Starts a bit of blood and came forward.
Both guys are looking to land serious bombs in round number 2. I mean, I can see both guys going at this point. You know, the punches are so ferocious. Awkward boxer.
Ito na, mga idol, round number 3.
And not just is he good, he shares good company in the strawweight division. I mean, Siakula Kuse as well, just fought for a WBC world title, is also a strawweight. And he's fought Bevan Sibanda, who's also rated really highly.
You always worry when Tikha gets onto the ropes, and before you know it, he's on the other side. Very good feet. He's slipped into that wide stance now.
Very nice.
Franco looking for that right hand and great exchange in the middle of the ring.
Good to see a use of the title gloves. I haven't seen title gloves for a while, so it's good to see
Uy,
them used in a massive fight.
katawan talaga ang target nitong
Tikha going down to the body, also looking down to
Afrikano, mga idol. Wala siyang ibang target.
I'm assuming he's wanting to come back with that left hook and that straight right. Sorry, right hook, straight left. Pardon me. Southpaw.
Tikha getting caught with the right hand there from Lofranco.
The problem is he's catching Tikha, it's not that Tikha to the body, which makes Tikha come straight up, and he comes over with the overhand right. Puts Tikha in a very vulnerable position.
I see the heads coming really close, Charlie, in this fight. They've come close a few times now. You've got to be careful. We've seen a couple of cuts tonight by accidental headbutts.
That's more susceptible with the two stances, with the lead foot touching obviously the left of the right foot of each of the boxers. Depending on how the boxers are on the inside, which Tikha tends to drop, will make him slightly more susceptible to catching that cut. If Lofranco stays upright though, and if Tikha comes up, he might be susceptible to the cut. Obviously Tikha the one bouncing down and then having to come up again. Tikha needs to keep touching with that jab to come in. Anticipating Lofranco's right hand. Great right hand from Lofranco to the body. Lofranco staying on the inside.
Uy, nice. Makamay din itong South African, mga idol eh. Oh. Marami ding combos ang kanyang binibitawan.
Great recipe for an IBF Intercontinental bout.
It's been a great fight so far. It's to and fro, but Lofranco's landed some big right hands in this fight as well. And a nice combination thrown there from Tikha. He's getting more confident as the fight goes on. The right hook keeps lacing through there. Lofranco's asking him to come forward now.
What I always look out for is when a boxer...
Parang nadudulas si Lofranco dito sa ano. Doon. Nadudulas siya sa kambas, mga idol.
and that's where he gets caught in
Masyadong madulas. Kanina pa yan. Kaya hindi siya makagalaw masyado.
Unfortunately, that does happen again. Caught with his chin up. Fortunately, nothing doing.
Ito na, mga idol, round number 4.
Chief.
Nice straight by Lofranco.
Yeah, great corner work from both guys. A mix of Eastern Cape and Western Cape between the two of them. Tikha so far.
Uy, tinamaan ng sulit si Lofranco dun, mga idol.
How dangerous he can be.
Uy, yun. Tumama
Finding himself
sa isang counter mga idol. Umatras itong
the body shot.
Afrikano.
The switch of the southpaw and the orthodox that's bound to happen, and unfortunately in that tuggle of
Yan.
feet, if he does go down by way of punch, it will be ruled a knockdown, and that's a steep hill to start climbing.
Well, fans are getting their money's worth in this fight so far because this has been an electrifying fight. It's living up to the hype.
Great shot from Tihaya. Down to the body, comes back up to the head. Lafranco unscathed or unbothered rather.
Nice body shot.
Lafranco
Yan.
plan to get into
Mas maganda yung sasabayan niya itong South African mga idol eh.
You're going to limit him from his movement. Oftentimes he keeps falling out and opens up the ring where Tihaya has the ability to turn him.
Oh, yun.
Aiden, both guys landing quite significant blows early on in the fight.
I've noticed that a lot. It's been the work rate has been phenomenal, and the big punches have come.
Bumabaanat na itong si Franco sa katawan mga idol.
They look spectacular, but Franco eating them and coming forward. I mean, I don't know how much of effect they have on him. They haven't looked to Wiltz at any stage. But the punches just look ginormous.
They're scoring the points, and that's what matters at this point. Obviously, he has to watch out for Lafranco's counters if he's not feeling Implanta's big punches. But he seems to be finding a nice home for that right uppercut Implanta and the southpaw position.
Beautiful right hook from Tihaya again. Particularly if you look at the right eye where they were working on, where Steve was busy with the swelling eye, you can see a visible swelling there. Now starting to.
That's great for Lafranco because you want to capitalize on that to impair the vision at the very least.
Uy,
Great counter through that barrage of punches from Tihaya. Lafranco finds his way through for that right hand. That's what Tihaya needs to do, is keep touching him to break that rhythm.
ang kagandahan nitong Pilipino mga idol is marunong mag-clinch. Oh, kapag naging alanganin siya sa sa segundo ng laban is nagki-clinch siya para makaiwas.
The right eye of Implanta Tihaya. What do you think the
Ito na mga idol, round number 5.
Just stick to the jab and keep on the outside. Sneak those overhands. The cheap style is a very elusive style. I think it's a very difficult style to get on the inside of. So if you Lafranco, on the other hand, you need to be doubling and tripling up your shots, getting on the inside, feinting a little bit, just showing something a bit different, like a lights out Glamini type style.
Yeah, you want to be drawing Tihaya out so that you can land those big shots. And obviously keep the pressure, not just physically, but just being there drains you cognitively. There's that cognitive load that sits on you. You can never just relax. You've got this guy in front of you, in your face all the time. And Lafranco seems to be trying to pull that off.
He's a live opponent, is Lafranco. Of course, he's never fought at this level before. It's noted that he's never had a belt.
Uy, nice. Oh, bagsak mga idol. Counter left. Hala, hindi binilangan.
I mean, that could have
Oh,
gone
shit.
either way.
Hindi binilangan mga idol.
Way down.
Counter left hook yun.
Yeah, Hayden, what do you make of that?
I
Ala,
want to see the replay of that. To be fair, I don't want to make an assessment of that just out there.
madaya talaga referee na to mga idol.
The canvas is very slippery as well, so it'll be interesting to watch that one back on replay. I hope the guys have marked that down
Galing yun sa suntok eh, hindi yun nadulas eh.
for us at the end of this round.
Suntok yung tumama mga idol. Oh, ang Pinoy pa ang pinagalitan. Wala talaga to.
Big left hook again.
Tumama na naman ang lifok ni Lafranco. Pero tumira ng sunod na combo itong South African mga idol.
Is quite slippery though.
Masyado kasing madulas itong
Step in.
The problem is, watched earlier.
canvas ng boxing ring ng event mga idol.
The punches land. A lot of that liquid is falling off, and unfortunately, with the boxers sitting on their punches, driving so much power, that's
Tingnan natin mamaya sa replay kung
As you can see on that jab now,
solid ba talaga yung tama.
both boxers slipping.
Blood now coming out of the nose of Implanta Tihaya.
Yun.
Already some damage coming through on his end. I think this is quite unfortunate, but again, the playing field is leveled, right? So both guys are slipping around, but we're bound to see a lot more knockdowns at the very least with this with the canvas. And Santa, even though he's taking those big punches, still standing with his hands low. He needs to bring the hands up and have his first line of defense with those hands. He can't rely solely on head movement. Franco seems to be landing the big punches, so you can't take for granted that you're going to be elusive. Unfortunately, he's getting tagged.
I think Ticker very fortunate that right hand didn't land flush.
Good job.
Great way to evade that shot there from Ticker.
Ito ang replay mga idol, oh.
Look at the replay really quickly.
Sa lifo kanina. Oh, tumama talaga mga idol. Counter talaga. Ito na mga idol, round number 6.
Apologies.
Malinis yung tama ng Pinoy kanina eh. Kaso itong referee is kababayan ng kalaban ng Pilipino dito mga idol. Kaya naman dalawa ang kalaban ng Pilipino dito. Itong si Yerma at itong referee. Noon, yun, tumama na naman. Ang solid.
Ticker's got to be very, very careful. That right hand is looking dangerous.
And the problem with that right hand, it's not straight, it's looping. So even as he moves towards his left, he's
Oh, yun! Oh, naging gulay mga idol. Naging gulay. Yun, madaya kayo ha. Dapat kayong patulugin bago matalo diyan sa inyong lugar. Dumugo ng ilong mga idol. Tumutulo ang dugo ng isa ilong mga idol.
The South African is not looking very happy.
Dapat matapos na dito ni madulas talaga yung canvas mga idol. Made in China ata itong canvas nila.
Ticker's gonna have to hold on here.
Oh, tumatakbo na eh. Masyadong rugi na yan eh.
Ticker needs to survive here. He's
Dapat matamaan yan ito. Hala! Ay, bumagsak pa si Franco mga idol sa counter. Napuruan pa siya. Delikado to. Oh, yun! Sulit! Naging bakla na itong South African mga idol eh. Natatakot na yun! Natatakot na makipagpalitan sa Pinoy.
Franco's got the right game plan by cutting off the left side of his left side rather than pushing Tika into the right hand. Tika needs to be smart and he needs to keep moving towards his right. Either that or he needs to smother the right hand because he's allowing too much range.
Tumutulo na ang dugo sa ilong niyan mga idol. Pinapatagal ng referee. Tingnan nyo. Pinapatagal ng referee. Maro kay referee. Oh, kita nyo naman gaano kadaya dito sa South Africa mga idol. Pinapatagal ng referee. Pinaparecover pa kanya kababayan eh. Ito na mga idol, round number 7. Oh!
Look, that's all that he's got on his mind. It's quite obvious.
Pinapahinto na naman ng referee mga idol.
He came to the center of the ring. He was watching the replay of his knockdown and you could see the disagreement in his face.
Well, this is just eating up precious time for Ticker to recover as well. So Ticker's gonna have to use all this time.
May problema daw sa gloves, sabi ni ref. Oh, pinasali pang kabila.
Franco dripping with water again. Obviously, this causes problems for the canvas. Tika already on
Pag matamaan niya ng solid again mga idol,
the right hand though.
tingnan natin.
Chica needs to change his game plan if he wants to survive moving towards.
Dumudugo pang ilong, oh.
That's much better in terms of
Parang gripo.
the Franco smelling blood, Hayden wanting to come forward.
Yeah, you almost want to get away from the danger hand, and Tika's almost stepped into it every single time.
At this stage of your career, you need to understand these tactics. And I mean, look, if he was deliberately luring it out, that's one thing. But you
Oh,
moved in there.
tumutulo bang dugo ng South African mga idol?
Learn to move to your right.
Hindi nila napigilan na tumulo itong dugo sa corner.
Franco normally throws that right hand when he's got enough time, like now, to throw the looping right hand, so he's got time to think, right?
Talagang matutulog to. Isang solid na suntok lang mga idol. Matutulog tong mga madayang to.
Range for that right hand. Look at his positioning. Right, again, we talked about the foot being on the outside. All he's doing is pushing Ntlanhla towards that right hand.
Smart work from Lefranco here. And Tika not quite reading it yet. Trying his utmost, but I think he keeps stepping towards the right hand. Making fundamental errors.
Beautiful. Right hook by the other right hook by Ntlanhla. But again, it's not deterring Lefranco. Lefranco quite confident moving forward, keeping Ntlanhla where he needs him. Nice jab by Ntlanhla. Lefranco undeterred. Hayden, Lefranco's got one thing on his mind, and that's dropping Ntlanhla.
Yeah, he does. And I don't know if it's a mistake, because Tika's come back really strong this round. And Lefranco almost forcing it, but Tika jabbing nicely now.
Also, the position is slightly different now, right? And there's that right hand
Yun.
again. Ntlanhla gets caught by Lefranco. Lefranco then lands the jab, which seems to bother Ntlanhla. Lefranco doing everything right at this point.
Simple but effective.
Uy, yun.
Unfortunately, it gives Lefranco way too much time to think.
Hiyawan agad ang mga Afrikano mga idol. Nakatama lang ng konti. Hindi naman solid yun.
What a fight, ladies and gentlemen.
This is definitely Ntlanhla round.
Very strong comeback round.
Ito na mga idol, round number 8.
Needs to get back on boxing. Lefranco needs to keep the pressure and just
Last 3 rounds mga idol.
Tika doing the right thing there. Lefranco's trying to stick to him like glue at the moment.
And that's exactly what he needs to do. Typical.
Parang si Barney itong referee mga idol. Walang pakialam.
Ntlanhla struggling on that right eye. Moving into beautiful. That's what he needs to be doing. Really good work from Ntlanhla.
Uy, yun.
Just equally as good in terms of the tracking with Lefranco.
Lefranco's a marksman. He's here to
Hindi kasi makabitaw masyado itong si Lefranco eh. Kasi masyadong madulas itong canvas nila.
Hayden tasting a bit of the blood, I see.
I mean, I think that was all sweat. I think that came straight off the guy from the Philippines. If it was Tika, I was in big trouble there. I was going to be washed.
So you were in international water.
Uy, nice body shot.
I'm very impressed with Arnold Lefranco.
Oh, dumugo na naman ang ilong ng South African mga idol. Tamaan na naman.
Tika slipping in the Lefranco corner, which is, you noticed they were pouring a lot of water over him.
At this point, I highly doubt it was intentional, as it disadvantages both boxers. But
Yun.
again, Ntlanhla in that firing line, I'm very impressed with Arnold Lefranco's ring generalship and the way he's positioning himself.
You've got to say though, although Lefranco's had a good couple of last rounds, Tika was well ahead at the point just before what do you call it, a knockdown and another knockdown.
Kailangan talaga dito ni Lefranco isang knockout na
Throw a bit more fake.
maka-knockout para manalo dito sa mga South African mga idol.
Look to count him and use the momentum to drop him onto the canvas.
Kasi pag umabot ito sa decision is lulutuin lang nila dito eh.
Oblivious to it.
Lulutuin lang nila itong laban.
That's it. Score those points from Ntlanhla.
Oh! Masyadong madulas.
Are going to take a lot out of the boxes.
Pero itong South African hindi nadudulas mga idol. Parang may
With this round,
ano na liniyagay dyan na sila hindi man nadudulas.
steady to his craft.
You know, in saying that, Hayden, Lefranco's still coming forward and still keeping Tikha on the rope. Beautiful shifting of weight by Tikha to avoid the fall.
Tikha's not looking comfortable in there though. He knows it's his space. He's not looking very happy.
He's yet to find that rhythm. Lefranco is well on his way there.
Thing is like, yeah,
Ito na mga idol, round number 9. Last 2 rounds mga idol.
The tape on the shoes, obviously, to give him more grip. Getting to that right hand, turned by Tikha comes back with his own left foot. Beautiful action here at ringside.
I think I need an umbrella at ringside. All that sweat.
Hirap makatayo ng diretso ito si Lefranco dito sa laban mga idol.
Right here.
Nadudulas siya eh.
Everything off. Oh, big shot from Tikha. And again, Tikha following up with a left hand.
Again.
3 in a row from Tikha.
Tinamaan ng suli dito si Lefranco mga idol. Delikado to.
Swing and a miss by Arnold Lefranco. Tikha seems to be finding his rhythm now. The old Tikha coming back into things. He just needs to be wary. I see the hands are still low in line for that big right from Lefranco. The advantage that Tikha has with that big right of Lefranco is he can come see from yesterday. So he needs to be mindful of it. Unfortunately, when he's on the ropes, it's very difficult for him to evade those punches. And when he does, he swings into it. So force meeting force.
Oh, Tikha landed on again. He was on the ropes. You mentioned Tikha on the ropes there. And you mentioned experience. Surely he's going to be there. But now he's coming forward, Tikha. That's a bit better.
Great combination. Big left hand.
Ito nagkaroon ng kumpiyansa itong South African mga idol.
Nice body work by Tikha.
Oh, yeah, Tikha's the man on the come forward. He's marching forward very confident now, whereas before he was like on the back foot, looking to be slick.
He's back on his jab, he's back boxing. This is what you want to see from Tikha. Lefranco needs to find a way to get Tikha back on that rope and again control the movement of Tikha. But exactly what he's doing now, moving a bit more towards Tikha's left so that he can cut off his movement. Pardon me, to his right. Tikha with Lefranco on the ropes now, landing some good combinations, edging the round here. Looking good as it stands.
This is much better from Tikha. I feel like Lefranco is also losing his step here a little bit, and Tikha starting to take the momentum.
Very special IQ from Tikha. He missed with his left hand but kept the hand out as he missed to stop Lefranco from bringing his hands up. That was very clever from his part. Lefranco needs to find that strategy that he started off with. He had a lot of success with it.
Well, Lefranco's not throwing the right hand in a while. There he goes.
I would be wary of that. Lefranco's not another Tikha. I've been intent.
Ito na mga idol, last round.
To score. How do you have this?
Round number 10.
I think Tikha's ahead. I think he's definitely ahead. But, you know, those knockdowns, 1-1, you know, that ruled out, that would have given...
Mas maganda dito, ibuhos na ni Lefranco ang kanyang lakas mga idol. Maski madulas yung boxing ring na yan.
I think at the end of the day, Tikha's quite comfortably here.
They just need to be wary and
Oh, hindi nadudulas itong South African eh.
final round. Lefranco still looking.
Parang masyadong makapit ang kanyang ano,
He actually looks great when he's on the
ang kanyang
Tikha.
Correct, I agree with you. When he's
sapato sa boxing ring.
confidence to come forward and it's that momentum just to swing that right hand over. It's very difficult to throw a right hand on the back foot.
Yeah, it's obviously something that you have to learn, especially as you translate to world level now. Tikha knows, well, he must be learning now. Come forward, it looks great, but he can still make his opponent miss when he comes forward.
Oh,
Looking for the counter. The problem with that counter, Hayden, is you're relying on a lot of power on both of the boxes with the wide stance. You're generating more friction on the canvas. You're going to slip. They need to be sitting a little softer on the knees with the legs slightly closer. They'll get a lot more leverage. Beautiful right hand from Tikha. Over the top.
yun!
Big right from
Uberan, tumama na naman mga idol.
Needs to do to win this fight. Looking for that right hand once again.
Masyado kasing madulas eh. Di,
A
Hindi makabitaw ng sulit na suntok itong si Lofranco mga idol kasi masyadong matulas nga. Siya lang ang nadudulas eh.
Oh, big punches being landed in the low.
Oh, dumugo na naman ang ilong ng South African mga idol.
Oh, anyone's lights can be turned out in this round.
100%. Lofranco seems to be the more resilient chin at this point. Tifra cannot get careless. The hands are still low. Lofranco needs to find a home for that right hand if he wants to win this fight.
Knockout talaga ang kailangan gawin ni Kabayan dito para hindi maluto.
Anything, Lofranco needs to throw everything, as they say, the kitchen sink.
I think he's waiting too long as Lofranco.
He's worried about a counter, and at this stage you can't. Although
He's probably behind though. I mean, you can't be too worried, right?
well, at this point you don't want to leave it to the host judges, right?
Let's see how much time is left in this round.
Better with the head movement from times like this, like gets caught with the left hook, comes down to the body with his own left, with his own combination. Big left from big, or did it just lift?
Mahirap kasi mag-generate ng power punch kapag madulas mga idol eh.
It's often difficult with the swick in the air.
Sometimes in the strawweight division it looks bigger than what it actually is. The punches.
Hey! Umantong pa sa desisyon mga idol. Grabe mga idol, masyadong matagal lumabas ang desisyon mga idol. Matagal na pagdesisyonan nito mga idol. 97-93. Grabe ang layo. Alo, 98-92, grabe. Parang walang pinanalong round itong Pinoy ah. Alo, grabe mga idol. Halos pare-pareho sila ng scoring mga idol.
Intercontinental Mini Flyweight Champion Tata
Oh, tingnan niyo mga idol. Lotong-loto ah. Talo tayo dito mga idol kasi hindi na knockout.